big up, and welcome to Liverpool 12-Man Show. We are ready to go. Big up to Lee WizKid, Bonkers. I see you guys early in the chat. Yes, we're going to get into some of the updated news that's breaking lately. I know that right now, what Bonkers is talking about. Big up, Red Armchair Supporter. I know that that's burning a hole into everyone's, phones or whatever you want to call it, or computer screens. And that's that currently Semenyo is close to, if not having already chosen to go to Manchester City.
Well, yeah.
I was going to say, we got Scouts in the house, Lee.
Big up, Lee. What I said on last night's stream that any buys I was looking for in January were not forwards. I'm looking for at the very least one centre back, if not two, DM as well. I mean, we're not going to get this fantasy wish list, but we need something. And for me, it isn't an attacker because Gakpo and Salah will be back soon enough. Even though Isak's out, I think we've got enough. It's at the back where we're short-handed. We were short-handed when the season started, as I said yesterday, because we went for Guehi and didn't get him. We clearly had the intent to have 5 centre-backs this season, started with 4. Now we've got 2. Endo's out injured. There's only Gravenberch, I'd imagine, that will go back there if Ibra or Virgil got injured, and that's something I don't want to contemplate. Gravenberch having to be yanked out the midfield and chucked in the defence because there's no centre backs. That's how on a knife edge it is for us to finish the season well. There's got to be a buy. If there isn't a buy, I'd be flabbergasted. I really wouldn't understand it.
Okay. Yeah, it's something there. Romano said earlier that two Manchester teams are pushing for Semenyo, and that Liverpool inquired in November but didn't pursue it. I did see that. I could give you some of the some of what is being spoken on at least Fabrizio's site, and that is understanding that Manchester City have been pushing a lot in the last 12 hours to try and advance on Antoine Semenyo deal. And the director, Semenyo, I don't know why I was tongue-tied there. Director Viana is in direct talks with players. Camp at MCFC want final answer as soon as possible. Manchester United are still insisting, Liverpool monitoring, and Chelsea are out. So that's what the last update was via that. Let me see too. I'm gonna possibly get someone to join us on the show here. But yeah, are you guys disappointed if that ends up being the case? I was just talking about to Lee. I'm not really that pressed if we get Semenyo or not, to be honest with you.
No, the last thing we need is an attacker when we need defensive reinforcements and a midfield reinforcement that we've needed for a while, because we just haven't got enough bodies. But specifically at centre back, where it's a crisis position now, we're 1 injury away from seeing Gravenberch put it in defence, and that I do not want.
Right. Yeah, I'm more concentrating on what we're going to do with our not necessarily with our front line, but with our actual back line. I'm more interested in us solidifying that.
Yeah, I agree. The only other option I can think of if Virgil or Ibu got injured would be Robbo comes in. Do you know what I mean? And like, Kirkhouse plays left back and Robbo has that go again at left centre back in a back four. But I'm not keen on that either. Like, he'd do his very best, but it's either that or Gravenberch if we get another injury at centre back. So it's imperative that we make a purchase in January. I don't want no cheapo crap loan. I just get a player because we're in desperate need. We're in acute need. There's an acute need for a centre back or two or three, not all at once, but at least three in the next couple of windows, without a doubt.
Yeah, I agree on that one. What is that being said? In the chat here, right on to the supporter says, big up Zabiri. Big up Zabiri. Zabiri, we are talking about a lot today, actually. We're talking about Semenyo, basically, right now. We're talking about whether I'm not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by the fact that he's not coming to Liverpool. Am I bothered by he's going to Manchester City? Slightly. I will admit that, because Manchester City need to figure out something for their wings. Like, as their wing presence is important, and if they could get someone like a Semenyo into their camp, then that could be a serious upgrade over what they're working with now, and an eventual evolution from what they have there currently.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really look at it like that. I thought, I'm looking at City, it does appear. I mean, Pep's got 18 months left, but he might even leave in the summer, perhaps. And I don't want to speak too soon, but they're on a downward trajectory, even if they have booked up again this season, in the absence of us being up there. But I would like us to have a serious go at overhauling them to finish runners up. Because the higher up the table we can finish, the better if we can't win the league. Not that really that'll then have a burden on the following season, but it's just a matter of pride, isn't it? Like, pride for the club not to finish too low, get as high as we can. And if that entails overhauling Man City late on in the season, then I'd be made up. I'd be even more made up if we overhauled Arsenal, the pair of them.
There is something to be said by what some are doing with this. January's not even here, and we're already getting talks about some big names possibly being off the books already. But I saw on there, who just mentioned it? Hold on, because I always like to give proper credit to who said it. I know Red Armchair Supporter said he's not bothered by it. Bonkers was saying the Anfield agenda was saying Barcola is the real target. Don't know if that's true. That's what he's saying, at least. I think Barcola is an actual target, by the way. I do think that he was a very strong target in the summer, to be honest with you. He was a very strong target for us. I just don't know what it would take. PSG is in an absolutely fantastic position to demand whatever they like for the players that they have, because they're in a league where they, obviously are going to be able to provide Champions League entry. They're going to be able to have somewhat of a stranglehold over the league as far as winning the French league, at least. And now that they've gotten over that hurdle for the Champions League and winning it before as well, it will be a difficult place to lure a player from their team. The only way I could see that possibly happening is if their coach leaves. Maybe if their coach leaves and there's some change up with the direction that maybe the new coach goes with, or maybe some of the coach or whoever the new coach is doesn't some of the players that are there don't necessarily like the vision that player that coach has. They would like to pursue other pursuits. That could happen, but I really, really don't think it's going to be. Let me find out about that too. I did not hear that one. And if that is the case, that would not be good if that is true. I did not hear about this Ibu injury. I just saw that in the chat. Did you hear anything about that?
No, I haven't heard a sausage about it. If it was injury. But I do like that injury update from Highlow. Cody Gakpo and Conor Bradley both face late fitness tests to determine if they can be in the Liverpool squad to face Wolves. So there's an outside chance that both of them will be ready, which will give Frimpong the chance to play on the right-hand side if we want to do that. And it's also just give us that extra option off the bench, Cody.
Can I make it? Let me see if I can bring up this football. I'll bring up a lineup builder real quick. I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to include this little diagram here, and we're going to build a little squad before we get into the news and stuff, because I got plenty of segments here and news segments here that'll be some interesting ones. It deals with some of the things that we're going to be doing in the actual chat and everything. But let me bring this up. All right, so here is the normal. I know this is what they normally have. This would normally be, for the most part, I'd say that could be likely the starting lineup for the game against Wolves. Okay, we can all agree on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a slight chance that could be the case. However, I know Bradley is possibly 50-50. I know Cody Gakpo is 50-50 as well. I know Dominic Szoboszlai is back to being, or Dominic Szoboszlai won't be available for this game.
Nope.
So,
but Frimpong, if Bradley's fit to play right back, Frimpong can play on the right if that's what he wants to do.
I get that people want to put Frimpong, or if you're falling into the likes of what Lee is saying, but what I am also offering up is, why can't we go with something like this? It doesn't mean that he's a winger. It means this means that they could be like these two can play as tens. And what you would see is, as like if you want with them as the width doesn't look that great, but a 4-2-2-2 4-2-2-2 maybe as being something. And you provide the width by having Bradley. Whoops, you can't see him going up and down. Bradley being able to go, filling this channel, and you have Kirkes filling this channel. And if you don't necessarily have Bradley, I have no problem with maybe even, Frimpong starting on the right side, having something like that. Have Ekitike obviously being your main striker. Have Chiesa as somewhat of a shadow striker. McAllister and Wirtz can play as 2 10s. And thus far, they can help provide a box midfield for you when you need it to kind of control that midfield. Okay. And you have Jones being able to be an outlet for the back line to progress the ball forward if you necessarily need it. Or you could have Gravenberch obviously be the other outlet for the back line to pass the ball off to progress it forward if we need it that way. But for the most part, have McAllister and Wirtz as 2 10s and have Chiesa as a shadow striker to Ekitike. Maybe. Any takers on that one? I guess not. Maybe so.
Look, I'm just glad that there's an outside chance of Bradley Gakpo being involved. I mean, Gakpo's been out a couple of weeks, missed a few games, so he'll be a bit rusty. But it would be encouraging to have him on the bench. But I'm more excited about the prospect of Bradley being able to play because he was just trying to get into the swing of things and was doing all right. And it does give us that option then to do what Slot clearly wanted to do v Spurs. When he brought Frimpong went on the wings. Szoboszlai was right back. So I would imagine if he's got the option to do that in the Wolves game, I think that is the natural way he'll go.
Okay. I have a friend of the channel, a friend that I've a fellow Red that's joining us. She usually does her own gatherings on Twitter and X, and she gets some great conversation started. And I'm going to bring her on as well into the conversation. Big up. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh wow, I've never done this before in my life.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Big up.
Who's here? I can't see. Hold on, let me turn the screen.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yep. It'd be myself.
Explain it to me. Okay, please. Sorry, just because I don't want to be rude.
Okay. No worries.
I'm not a novice, but I don't want to be rude.
Right. No, it's myself, Liverpool 12th man, and then I also have Lee. Lee's a Liverpool.
Hello, Lee.
Scouser. And what we do here is we, chop it up with other Reds. We have actually a really great community that we've built up here. We have a lot of OGs
I can get used to this. I like this. I've been asked to do stuff like this before, but I thought it was just going to be me speaking. I said I can't do that. It's too solitary. But I can do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this.
No. This is like what it is normally is like what we're gonna do is I have
different topics and stuff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We run it as like I utilize my journalism degree as best I can here, and probably get it in. Well, why don't you introduce yourself? Why don't you introduce yourself to the chat here? Tell them about yourself.
So I don't know if people aware, but I basically, as 12 man said, I usually am on Twitter. I do a lot of Liverpool related stuff. I try and go to as many games as possible with my son. I was lucky enough to go to the recent Milan game, Inter game, and yeah, I'm a person for I like things to be right. So if I think there's misinformation being spread, which is basically what's happening at the moment with this whole Semenyo stuff, it's making me so angry. So I've been.
I know.
Did you take your son to Milan with you?
No, I didn't. I just went with a load. I went with a load of Scousers who looked after me well because I said I sound like Peggy Mitchell. Get out my pub.
No, that far.
But it was great fun, and I really enjoyed it. I couldn't have wanted for that was my third away, but yeah, I enjoyed it. No, he didn't go.
Great place to go and win, isn't it? Great place to go and win. It's good that you take him, though. Anyway, it's good to go at a young age.
I love it.
I can remember my first couple of visits where I was like too young to understand. I knew the basics of it, just these men running around, but I was more like looking around at the ground because I was so small.
And they get bored easily. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes games are a bit boring, so I might go for a loo break. But most of the time I don't, because then Virgil scores and then I'm beside myself and they'll tell me you have to go loo again. Anyway, but yeah.
She's a very big Netherlands supporter. Definitely.
Yeah. I like this, but the only problem I will have, and then you can go on to whatever you were talking about, is this whole this Slot and him being a manager and him being Dutch. It's a bit of a mess, I think, and but we'll go on to that later if it comes up.
For sure.
No worries.
and we're going to talk about Semenyo as well. We're going to talk about all these different things. I know some of this has definitely gotten you a little bit riled up, and rightfully so. I mean,
yeah, I have my reasons, but I'm just.
Are you bothered if the reports end up turning out to be true?
He's going to
Are
City.
you bothered by it?
What, that he's going to City? I couldn't give a damn.
Yes.
Not really. It annoys me that they're strengthening their squad and they're not as fragile as us, in that we haven't got a settled starting 11. I think the takeover from who took over from Klopp and whatever, they've dismantled essentially Klopp's structure and team, and it's a mess. If I'm on it, I don't like it. It's a mess.
You can be honest. You can definitely be honest.
Oh, I'm open and honest. I don't. I'm not. I don't agree with certain things. I don't do FSG out, but I don't agree with a lot of stuff they do. But at the same time, I love the club. So I'm sorry. It is what it is.
The problem this season was we tried to evolve too quickly. I think tried to run before we could walk in terms of reshaping the side and the way it operated and that. And, it was painful to watch, wasn't it, when the sort of wheels come off a bit. But we can recover from this, and we are doing. We're unbeaten in 6. We've got 3 wins on the trot. Try and make it 4 and 5 against 2 teams we should be beating at Anfield. I mean, if we can't beat this Wolves side, then I don't know what I'll think about that.
Do you not think it's a false confidence, though, that I know we've had recent wins, but even the wins at the beginning of the season were like scuffered. They were like last minute wins. They're not really sustainable, and cracks were going to show, and they did, because we started losing.
Yeah, well, if you had seen the title for my last show, actually yesterday, that's exactly what we were just talking about. Talking about that these wins right now are. I'm happy that we've gotten the wins and we're unbeaten in the last 6. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
but it kind of reminds me of what the beginning of the season was. And the beginning of the season was, okay, great, we're winning and everything else, but we got wrapped up in the the euphoria.
The whole game was going ahead of us, and we were winning. Yeah. We were grabbing a goal and winning at the last minute, and I didn't like it. It was just unpredictable. It was messy, and this was beginning of a season. Here we are, December, and it's still a bit messy.
It's almost like a return to, because that Spurs game we were talking about how that Spurs match reminded me, at least, of the Newcastle match.
How many men were they down to, and we could not take advantage? They played better than us, and we had 11 men. For God's sake, it's embarrassing.
I know.
No, I was having kittens at the end when they had us under the cosh with 9 men, and we couldn't get out of our
I'm telling you, exactly.
9 men. It was an embarrassment, to be honest. But it's just something we've got to learn from. Hopefully, surviving the 9-man onslaught will stand us in good stead for the upcoming fixtures. But I wouldn't be too confident about predicting a clean sheet against Wolves. Any Premier League team can score against you. But what I would say is, we'll have to make a mistake probably for Wolves to score. And I'm fairly certain that we probably will make at least one that could result in a goal. But hopefully we'll stick a few in at the other end and sort it out. I mean, surely a team that's in as poor form as them. I mean, we're in poor form, but not that bad. They haven't had a win at all, have they?
Do you know what it is? Sorry to interrupt you. It's the mindset of the team that's playing in our team, because how we play. I know I'll be honest. Even being at the Inter game, I thought I was going to go there, and I thought I was going to come away, and we were going to get actually absolutely killed. I thought we were going to lose badly. So to see us how we played better than I thought, but we were still poor, and Inter weren't playing their best, considering they'd lost. They'd won. I think they had a 7-2, or they had big wins just leading up to us. So they were on a run. But how we played in that game, that mentality is, I think, part of how or why we won. I looked at them and how they played, and I was like, I like this. This is it. This is it. This is it. They found something. They found that spark again, and that is, I think, part of key of moving forward, no matter who we play. It's about them fighting and stop being complacent. Stop ball. I'll start moaning. I'll tell you something. Virgil's my favourite, but if I see him delegating again to I don't know who when he's watched the ball whiz past him, I'll lose it.
Right? Yeah. He is. I know he is your favorite.
Well, but
but like for instance, Joe Gomez was a part of that game, right? And
yes.
Joe Gomez is reportedly. So now this is like the first segment, at least. So Joe Gomez is reportedly seriously considering leaving Liverpool. It's been said, and
really?
that sentence, that's something I heard that, and I was very because originally
he was
AC
meant to leave
Milan
last year though, wasn't he? Though, but they couldn't find or there was no suitable or something.
This summer.
We had to go off AC Milan, didn't we? Back a while when he got his place back in the England squad. It was after Jurgen's last season when he featured loads. Joe was almost ever present that season, wasn't he? He had so much football. Got back in the England squad. Didn't play for England, but got back in the England squad. And Newcastle was sniffing round, weren't they? But we didn't go for it. See, the thing is now, Joe, like the amount of it, how injury prone he is, it might be a slower type of football would be better for him now to give him a chance of rebuilding a career for himself, because it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. There's just too many setbacks. I mean, look, he could come back early in the new year, but if he doesn't, then you've got to ask questions about.
No, you do. You definitely do. Well, Joe Gomez obviously has been at the club since 2015. 10 years. That's a long time. Multiple managers.
That's my boy. You know, he was born in Catford, SE6. That's where I'm from. So
okay.
It's from my area. So I always had a bit of a soft spot. I just think he had he generally had bad luck. I think when he's played his part, he's played and actually he's done good when he's he's just got
it's the injuries. It's sad. We were talking about it last night, Sean, and Matip as well. It was sad because I was a big fan of Matip. And same with Joe, but there comes a point when there's just so much injury woe with a player. You've got to have people that are more reliable, and it might be better for him at the end of the season.
Yeah, but Joe was the few games he's played, and this is where I'll disagree with Slot not playing him. He brought that stability to the back line that was missing, and when he came off, even you just saw it kind of fall apart a bit. Virgil managing by himself is partly maybe why he's doing this hot potato with the ball and passing it to Canate and get rid of it. Try to get it away. I've noticed a lot. And Canate, bless him.
Saying, don't play him because he's our only back or he might get injured. But I was like, no, we need him, mate, to play right back.
Slot said that,
and we did, and it worked, and it was good.
But Slot said in his press conference, he essentially said, see, this is why I was monitoring, or this is why I was being careful. It's a load of crap. He basically didn't want to play him, and at the end of the day, we needed him. And to me, he was the stronger player. This whole Chiesa thing's another topic.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get into the Chiesa thing in a second, but that's thing about it. That's the thing about it. Reports from Italy suggest AC Milan are once again interested, because that was the original team in the summertime that we were almost ready to. I think if the Guehi deal had gone through, Gomez would have went to AC Milan. I think it really would have happened, but I thought
Gomez wanted to stay to South London or to London or something like that.
Yes, he's certainly interested in wanting to stay locally, certainly, but no teams were really biting at the offers.
Well, the obvious would have been Palace. They were swapping a little something. I don't know.
You would think, but I mean, for some reason they weren't bullish on making any real concrete offer for him.
Yes,
I guess.
fair enough.
But AC Milan were very interested. Obviously, they've got Divock and they've got other players that they've gotten from us before, but they were really interested in him. And their Allegri is their coach, right? He wanted something of versatility and the likes, and that's why they went for him. But with the sale of Kwanzaa, without securing Guehi, all of a sudden that left us with a big, massive, a hole in center half in having some type of coverage. Bringing in Leone and then having him go down and get injured really made.
So I think he'll be back earlier, but that's just such a shame. I was at that game and man, his first game. Yeah. I the thing I remember seeing is I remember people saying, "Oh, who is he going to take his place?" I think he might have been kind of like an understudy to Verge, because when he was brought to start, and when I saw him in that game, he was straight away. Now he's never played, but he was doing a lot of Sorry, I've just had a go at Virgil, but he was doing a lot of delegating. Yeah, but he was leadership is probably the right word. There was a lot of leadership qualities, and he's a young lad, never played with us, and I went, I like that. I like that a lot, because you're a strong, and I liked how he played for the little bit, and then it was just bad luck.
But you know what? Gomez has 200. He has a lot of games. 238 matches he's missed through injury. That's a lot of games to have missed through injuries. It's a long. 10 years is a long time. Keep in mind, I will give you that. But 238 games is a lot of games to have missed, and it's been growing extremely more difficult to keep him available to be a part of the lineup. So, is there a world that you could see him going to AC Milan? They want him on a loan. They want him a 6-month loan. They want it to be.
What's the benefits of a loan then? Because it didn't. We can go to Elliot at some point, but what's the benefits?
Very similar to Elliot's loan deal. It would be where they have an obligation to buy after the 6 months.
As long as it isn't similar in the way that he doesn't get a game. To be honest, I'd rather
there's that chance. There's that chance.
Have a small fee because of his service to us than some bullshit loan, Or anyway, it's an offer, isn't it? And maybe the slower pace of football in Serie A might suit him and help him get his career back on track. Because I have to be honest, it doesn't look like it's happening here at Liverpool now. This latest setback was it was heartbreaking, because he come in and did well, and I was pleased with the extra help he gave Virgil and Nibu. But, went awry far too soon.
I think he's too fragile. I've had to accept that, as much as I want to back him because he's been there the longest, and I feel some sort of loyalty.
Yeah, he's a smashing fella as well. He's really quiet, but he's a good bloke. And it wasn't long ago he did a really good interview with LFC TV. He just had a new baby. He was really happy to be fit again and in the team. That was Klopp's last season. But he's had so many bad injuries. He's had some really stinkers that stay with you long term, and they sap you. You can only come back from injury so many times in your career before ultimately you're spent at a certain level.
He's injured now, keep in mind too. So he is injured now, as in he has a hamstring injury again. So he's still battling from that. This is Gomez.
Oh, Gomez. Yeah. I just think I think enough's enough. I love you, Joseph Gomez, but no, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I just can't. We've spent a lot of money on players.
Right.
I need to enhance and strengthen the team. I can't do this anymore. I can't have fragile bits. They've already dismantled it. So can I just ask you, have you got a link so I can share to people too? I don't know is this on somewhere?
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. I'll link.
And it's share it to me so I can share it.
Okay, I'll share it to you in your I'll give it to you 1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be told. We have Nolante joining us too, by the way. Big up Nolante.
Hello, Nolante.
Hello, stranger.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Who is that? I'm trying to look at the camera.
It's
my eyes were like, what? I can't see.
It's all right. Listen, what?
I see you.
Exactly. Yeah. What a coincidence.
Wow.
I know.
Look at that.
Yeah. See, long time. Yeah, I'm glad you found that. It's good that you found the show.
No, I found it. I knew you were coming on.
Lies.
How are you?
That is lies. Complete lies. That's the
know it's
biggest lie.
lies.
Scene.
I don't lie. I don't lie. I'll give up. I don't. No, I don't like. Carry
It's
on.
all right. We'll catch
as you
up. Don't
were.
worry. Exactly. We'll catch up after the show. We'll catch up, but that's fine. But big yourself up, see. Big up Scousley. Big up Scousley.
I think so.
Even mate, Stephen.
Yeah, evening Lee, you're right. Big up 12, big up the panel, big up High Low, big up everyone, big up Red Armchair, big up everyone, big up Norm, Stormy Norm, the man with the master plan, the inside knowledge in Liverpool, the only reliable source, Norm.
Stormy,
yeah, big up,
I
man.
like it. I like it.
Stormy Norman.
Who are all
I'm
these
nicking
people you're
that,
naming?
So it's okay. The good
these are people in the
say this is
chat.
the
You
good
know
news.
why? It's my
Yeah.
first time of doing something like this. I have no clue, so I'm just listening or taking part. But yeah,
Don't worry,
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
We'll get into it. Don't worry, man. We'll get into it. It's a good group. It's a good bunch, man. But yeah, sorry. Continue, please.
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
surprise, but yeah, we'll do it off air. But anyway, go continue. Sorry.
No, we're just talking about. Actually, we're talking about your guy. Actually, Nolante is one of the biggest Joe Gomez supporters that I know.
he's our Southeast Six boy. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I was just saying. But go on,
There you go.
Go on.
All right, Nolante. What is your thoughts on this latest news that apparently Joe Gomez might be on the move? Joe Gomez is possibly considering moving to AC Milan, primarily because of him not getting enough playing minutes, basically, under this manager. That's been the word.
Well, you know my feelings about it, 12 and Lee, obviously. See, before, but we haven't spoke catch up in a while. Look, I told you about Joey, man. Like I said, I've seen him at Charlton live. I've seen him at Anfield live, and people want to talk about players, but for me, again, maybe it's a bit of bias for me. You can talk about VVD's best partners, and maybe I'm a bit biased. People say Matip, but Joey, honestly, when he's fit on form, he's unstoppable. Just unfortunate for him, he's had injuries at the right time, and people can say injury prone, and I get it to an extent. But let's be real.
I think he's unlucky. I really think he's been unlucky. In my opinion.
Yeah, but I think people forget injury prone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's had injuries, but there's been times when he's been fit, but he hasn't been used. 7-8 games, his name's there. 9-10 games in a row, he's been there. He's fit. He's not used, and then something happens. And when I talk about Joey, I mean, people want to say, "Oh, this and that." Oh, well, Joey is, on another channel. I'm not going to mention the channel. Irishman's channel. Big up anyway, the Irishman. But
he's not going to mention him, but he just picked him up. You fraud.
He just totally did.
Sorry.
It's fine. He knows. Sorry, see, he knows. He'll watch it. But the people in the chat, it's all right. It's okay. This is another discussion offline. But anyway, look, 23-24. Joey G. I mean, everyone's at Ibu, man. He played left back, right back, centre back. The great Saka, he had all the wingers in his pocket. You know what I mean? But the problem is that Slot has his idea and he just won't drop Ibu. He just won't drop Ibu. Again, last season, I remember this game clearly. The Brighton game, we were 1-0 down. We're having a stinker. Ibu had a stinker. He came off. Joey came. And again, I'm not saying Joey's the saviour of everything because it's a team game, but he helped solidify the defence. He was instrumental to the comeback 2-1. And what happens? He gets dropped. So, Look, I don't want to see him go to Milan right now. He's needed. I know he's injured. He's needed now. In the summer, there's a different context. Like if he goes, if we get Guehi and someone else, then fine. But I just think he's just been highly disrespected and thought of. And I just a shame, man. And it's just a shame. Slot is just too in love with Ibu to think about just dropping him, even when Joey is fit. But that's what people forget. People say the injuries, but when a player's there 9-10 times on the bench, like a Chiesa, and then so is he really that injury prone?
I think what it is because Slot's vision was to have Frimpong and Kirkers as right back, left back, and they were going to do their overlapping. He's only then factoring in, I guess, Kanate. he's going to have Konate and Virgil as the staple. And I think that may have been some of the reason, although the wingers haven't been consistent because Frimpong was injured. But that may be the reason why he's not wanted to change it even further there on him. But Ibu has stunk it up a bit, as well as other players, and he's just been stubborn about putting them on the bench. And I think that's part of the problem why we're in the mess we are now. But yeah.
No,
But
you're
carry on.
right. No, you're right about all those points both of you make, and that's the whole thing about it is Ibu. I still, by the way, I still haven't found anything validating the claim that Ibu is currently injured right now. I haven't seen anything on that. I saw that someone in the chat mentioned that Ibu might have picked up an injury, I believe someone was saying in the chat, but there's no reports so far on that currently. At least on that I can find.
I don't believe anything Slot says because the reason saying that is he says Chiesa is injured, or I don't even know what he says about Chiesa, and I think there's another reason behind that, but which is more probably political with his choice of players and his availability of players. But yeah, carry on.
Well, real quick then, let's have some fun then real quick before we go into another topic here. I'll bring this to the stage here. What would be, we'll do Lante, or actually, we'll just go across the board. Okay, we'll start with Lante. And we're going to put together, or we can put it together as a collective, if you like. What would be your starting lineup if you're going to, I'll bring up a little board here. What would be your starting lineup for a Wolves game if you were with the players that we have? Let's say Cody and Bradley are available for selection, even though I know they're 50-50. Let's say they are available for selection. Who would you go with in your starting lineup?
What versus the one that's there? You mean?
That was mine. That was mine. I was going with. I was going with crazy selection. You can go first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
No, my concerns are a bit how McAllister's been performing at the moment, but I'm not sure what I would do with that. Ekatike definitely. I would play Chiesa all day long. I wouldn't start Gakpo, and I would have him if at best on the bench because at this point in time it's the I think Jeremy being on the right wing. No, I wouldn't have him as right back.
Okay.
Certainly not.
So
I'd have someone else. I'd have is Bradley fit?
Bradley's 50-50, but I'll put him in there for you.
I'd have Bradley and I'd have Jeremy as right wing. I think he worked really well in that last game, and I think it suits him. And I think him linking up with Wirtz like he did at Leverkusen opens that up. Oh wow, you're missing all the rest.
With you.
Yeah, I'm trying to put them together as you say it.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it. Hey, that's mad. Yeah, Wirtz. I'd like Chiesa. Who can we put there though?
Either Chiesa or Cody, most likely. I don't think Rio starts, by the way. I just don't think Rio starts.
We're stuffed. We're stuffed. We're stuffed in that Slot doesn't want to play Chiesa because he doesn't like him because there's whatever. But we're a bit stuffed, aren't we? Yeah, man. I think that's about as good as you're getting there.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Lamante, then, do you want to go with this lineup, or do you want to adjust to what you would see as being your lineup choice? If Lamante,
let Lee go first. I'll do my one last.
Okay, Lee, go ahead. What would you like to do in this lineup?
If the lineup was again.
Yeah.
Yes. A possibility for Slot might be actually playing McAllister from the start and not Chiesa, which would involve possibly Jones or Wirtz drifting out to the left a bit more to include McAllister. Probably Jones would be more likely to do that. That might be a difference for me because we know how he doesn't like to start Chiesa, and it's like a trifle fanciful to imagine that he's just suddenly going to start putting him in from the beginning. when he's not been giving them any more than 5 minutes. For all his last appearances, they've all been like 5 minutes, if that.
They've been used. He's been putting them on basically as a disrespect in a lot of games where he couldn't have made the difference. And actually, I think Chiesa deserves more minutes interchangeable with someone, even Gakpo, someone. And I just at this point, I
keep
don't
in
know what
mind,
to say.
Salah is available, by the way. So this lineup couldn't have.
Oh yeah.
Or no, wait though. He's not for this
No,
game.
I think he's got a knock.
For Leeds,
He's
for Leeds.
suspended.
I think that's
for
probably a bit fortunate because he could have got booked in this one and missed Leeds because Leeds are a bit stronger than Wolves this season.
I'm happier. I'm happier there's Wolves. Wolves is more of a pass over.
No, I think that's more likely than Chiesa starting on the left. Is that he'll keep the 4 midfielders for that extra graft and that, and with Frimpong out there, Hugo up front, goal scoring form. The best back four we've got, barring maybe sometimes it's a between Kirkhouse and Robbo. It's like hard to pick between them. Sometimes Kirkhouse is starting to produce a bit more. Like no, he's like moved on from those early woes he had. Remember when he had to get subbed when he done that like weird dive and shit, and then nearly got really trivial like. Something like ridiculously trivial, and he had to get subbed. But he's moved on from there. But yeah, aside from that, that's the best team we could possibly put out, I think, or at least the one that Slot is more likely to go for rather than Chiesa.
What would you have done? What would you have done to this lineup, Latte? Are you good with this one, or is it someone that you want to bring in?
Just looking at that.
Just for Wolves. Just for the Wolves game.
Is Sobbo injured?
I thought he had a knock, but I'm not sure. He's suspended.
Oh yeah, suspended. Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. If Bradley's 50-50, then I'll have to start put Frimpong right back then, because he can't if he's 50-50. Oh yes, see. Oh yes.
No, he's a right winger. He's not a right back.
Well, he's right back / right winger, but he's there to cover.
Right wing back, whatever you want to.
Well, yeah, he has to cover. See, if Bradley's not 50-50, what are we gonna do then?
I'll start Bradley, and then he can cover the 50%.
No, you would. Yeah.
We can do that.
Anyway, we digress.
Yeah. Who are you playing on? Are you playing the right wing, or are you playing a 4? I'm assuming you're playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Hold on, let me just look at this. No, actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll keep with a 4-2-3-1. McAllister, I'll drop him. So it'll be Grav,
I did
Jones.
say that he's been a bit shaky.
Yeah. Grav, Jones, and then you would have. And you have Wirtz, Chiesa, and Treone.
Left or right? Left.
Oh yeah. He was in training only today.
Yeah. So Treone, yeah. I'll play him. Yeah.
You wouldn't want you to start him?
I'll start him. It's Wolves.
Oh la la.
Wow.
It's Wolves. Yeah.
I'll start.
Oh yes.
We're very fun.
Yes.
You're gonna love. You're gonna disagree a lot. I swear to God.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna fall out like chicken and chips. Yeah, that's spaghetti bolognese and cheese.
I know. Flipping hell, man.
All right. Well,
mate, listen to this team is good enough to beat Wolves.
Listen, there's no consistency to how the team plays, who Slot's picking, how the team on the pitch is playing. Don't tell me we're good enough to on paper we're good enough.
Well,
that doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, come on, see that team is good enough to beat Wolves. We'll not talk about. We know it can't happen.
Yeah, okay, yeah. In theory, that is the truth, but in theory, we should not have been scraping those games at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I had rivals come to me like Arsenal, whoever, saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna go for another title run, blah blah blah." And then after a few games and watching us how they play, they're all laughing at us. Why? Because of how we're playing. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm just saying to you, it isn't what you think on paper. Something Slot needs to have a starting 11 that he's happy with, not puts the Boslars right back. I'm fed up with it. Sorry, I've started ranting now.
She's gone.
He
Don't worry, Toph.
started
Just
me
give her the
off.
soapbox. She's
It's
on one. Don't worry.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm enjoying this. Big up to Tony. Big up Lone Sheep. Big up to Norm, if I had said so. In the chat, big up to all of you joining us.
In other words, Toph is saying, in other words, Heads, you're not Bancy. You can come on.
Yeah.
Oh really? No, ban you big mouth. What? Disagree? How dare you disagree with me?
Listen, I'm
No,
a co-host. Hey, exactly, I'm a co-host. I would never be banned from it.
Oh, what? You're a co-host?
Of course I am. Yeah.
Listen, you're 12, but 12. I'm gonna have words with you. You
Okay.
this fraud up there. No, I'm joking. Carry on. You're giving frauds co-host.
No.
Shameless.
Sorry,
Shameless.
You got to teach people.
Well, wait,
I'll
tell you this. You know what? Having seen what you guys have done with that lineup is kind of, I've been asking for a 4-4-2 from the very beginning. So I would like to possibly even see again. I'd like to see Ekitike and Chiesa possibly in the front line for us in tomorrow's game, or not tomorrow's game, in the weekend's game. But I doubt we'll see that. Still all the same. Even if we finally saw some connectivity with the 4-4-2. Having the front two, sometimes even playing Isak and Ekitike together. We started to see some real connection between Verts and Isak and the likes, and even Ekitike as well. But with the injury to Isak, football can be funny sometimes, you know. Like just when you think, you know, we're thin up front, got injuries and the likes and everything else, and all of a sudden a familiar name floats back into the conversation. And that is Lord Divock. Origi is now being floated. And this is like not something that's like, you know, it's some rumorville. It's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Origi has agreed to terminate his AC Milan contract and will become a free agent in January.
Has he had game time at AC Milan?
I doubt it. If he's terminating his contract, I doubt he had game time. And it's
hardly.
Right. So can I ask you before you go any further? Does that make him a good candidate to come back to us and his age?
That's what we're going to talk about. Because I mean, look online. I know online is a different presence, but all the same. There have been people saying, "Bring him home." I've seen someone call it one last dance with Origi. Okay.
Oh my Lord, what have they been drinking?
They said, I mean, people are saying some scripts just write themselves, meaning like he's got some like, you know, this would be like a lifetime story, I'm sure. But hey, they're saying win us number 7 in Budapest. Oh, honestly,
revisionism. Stop it. Stop. Do you know what? I loved Divock Origi, and I loved him, but no, he's like 28, 29. How old is he? Don't know, 30 even.
30.
Oh Lord! If you're getting rid of Luis Diaz, and part of it was because of his age, why are you bringing in an older player that hasn't had game time? Make sense. Make it make sense, because it don't make sense to me. Just no. Just no.
It would be a stopgap. Obviously, it wouldn't be something long.
We're not a stopgap team. We're Liverpool FC. I know that stopgap.
I know. I'm not going there just yet.
Sorry.
You know
what? I'm watching a team play this season that are not the team that played last year, and it's heartbreaking. And I don't recognise it, and I don't want to see it anymore. That's it. That's it. I don't want stopgaps or temporaries. I want players that are going to help us or enhance us or all of that. Help us win something, but not winning. Like, sorry, I'm done now. Carry on.
So is that what all it's basically is wanting Origi back about? Is that more about football, or is that about wanting to feel that something familiar again that he had with Liverpool? Because that's what we definitely need another striker. We're hoping on maybe Dan's. Dan's recovering from his injury and being able to get into
What was
fitness.
what was his injury?
Dan's injury?
Uh-huh.
Dan's injury is he has a back injury.
Oh, I thought he played. Didn't he play? Has he not played since?
He has played since that back injury, but
didn't he come back and play for us? Because at the game that Szoboszlai scored, I'm sure he was there.
He had a little bit of a setback. That's all. He had a little bit of a setback.
Oh, probably. Okay, fair enough. My bad. Carry on. He's a decent player. What a shame.
He is a decent player. Promising. I like his enthusiasm. His his grit that he brings to the pitch. His confidence he brings to the pitch as well. For a young lad, that's something that we definitely would love to see. But it's a lot to put on his shoulders. I mean, to try to step in and get the minutes that are being forfeited basically by Isak not being there.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think, all right, injury, this recent Isak injury aside, do you think Slot knows who his starting 11 is? Because I don't. I really don't.
No, I don't think.
His consistent starting 11.
I don't.
Nilante, do you want to answer that or anyone else?
I will answer this. I'll answer like this real quick.
Go on, go for it.
I will say this. I believe he does have his starting 11 in his mind. I do believe it because you know why? He consistently picks players over players that aren't necessarily in form, but yet he has options and still picks those players. Personally, I wouldn't have picked Kirkes, for instance, to start the year. I was very vocal about that. And I would have started the year of Robbo and then eventually, integrated Kirkes into the lineup. However, he continued to pick Kirkes, despite him not being good enough or not being to the level and acclimated to the team yet. Same with Isak. Ekitike is more fit, more in form, and the likes. Yet still, he would choose Isak to start every opportunity he got over Ekitike, despite Ekitike being in form.
Yeah.
So I think he has in his mind who he wants to start. And I think sometimes he's playing players because he needs to. It's a need rather than a want. I think with some of the players they starting. That's my personal perspective.
I think he's trying to shoehorn players in, maybe because of with the Isak one. I think Ekitike was in form. You just mentioned that, and him playing Isak. Now, some people say you would have played Isak into form. But the system that Newcastle had was just so different, and we don't have the right structure. That, in my opinion, that we're already we're not consistently strong and winning games. I wouldn't then throw something in the mix that means that it's unbalanced. So I would have had Isak on the bench, like maybe what Klopp would have done. Slowly phased him, slowly eased him in, phased him in.
Absolutely, that's what I would have done too.
Yeah, but I don't think Slot knows who his starting 11 are. I think he knows who some of his preferred players are. There's a difference, and some of them are now seeing holes in. And Gakpo is one of my favourites. You can't build a whole.
How about I'll ask this to you, and then I'll open it up to the panel too. Do you even believe that Slot has a preferred, does he even know what formation he wants to play?
No, because when it was meant to be a diamond, I don't even know what was it in the last? What was the game that I went? The Spurs game or whatever. I don't even know. It looked a mess.
It was not.
Szoboszlai, I don't know where he was, but the five midfield. There's meant to be five midfield. It just looked like everyone's crowded, waiting to go into a shop that's opening in the morning. I don't know what they were doing. Szoboszlai was constantly in midfield, and I don't know what he was doing there. Kirkes was constantly exposed on the left. I don't know. It was a mess. That was awful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask Lee. Lee, do you want to answer the question as well? Maybe.
What was it? Sorry.
What was the question? What was the question? I knew you asked that. What the question was is, does Slot know his starting 11? And does he have a preferred starting 11 that he knows is going to be his 11? And does Slot even have a formation for that 11, do you think?
For Wolves, I would imagine he knows his starting 11 already. Pretty much because Bradley and Gakpo, but Gakpo wouldn't feature from the start because he's been out a few weeks and missed a few games. Bradley, on the other hand, if he was fit, could easily start. And that would release Frimpong onto the right, which is obviously what he wanted to do against Spurs once he made changes. And as I said yesterday, it was starting to work. You know what I mean? He got the assist and then was dangerous again. You could see him warming up. You could literally see him warming up in front of your eyes after his absence. And Richarlison knew that, gave him that elbow. But yeah, that's how I see it. I don't see Chiesa starting. I think he'll carry on with the four midfielders. As for going forward, when we get more players back, I'm not sure he does know his strongest 11, but all he can do is, tinker with it and faff about with it until he finds what he thinks is his best combination to see us through the rest of the season.
Do you know how the right back position? You know what was the big warning with him and who he was preferring. I think at the beginning of the season, around then, when someone asked who his right back was, he couldn't give you a name. I kid you not, he could not give you a name. So you've brought in Frimpong as a right back, who is a right back, and you're not giving his name, you're not giving Bradley's name. And then what even furthered it was you're trying a third player in the mix who's Szoboszlai. So essentially you're saying you don't trust those two. So actually, who is your right back? You couldn't name it. That was the first indicator of a problem for me.
An issue. Sure, Joe Gomez, you left that name out. He's a right back too, as well, or at least could be someone that you could utilize as a right back. I mean, we might question it, but look, some of our better games, he's played right back for us. The time that I think one of the strongest back lines that we had was Robbo, VVD, Kanate, and Gomez as that back line. I mean, it's certainly defensive. It's definitely a defensive four that have played with each other before enough to know what their tendencies are and be able to be confident that each other will be able to do. I
like Robbo. I really like Robbo. He's had a few dips in his form, but I would never write him off because of the senior player is, and to me it's disrespectful. And you can see he brings his leadership, for what you want to the back line as well, and Gomez even. But Gomez, yeah, man, we need to get him sold. That's the end of that one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
sir.
Disrespectful.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. What?
Disrespectful. You need to get
be quiet now. I'm bringing him back to Cat. Look, we're going to argue that. I'm bringing him back to SE. I'm bringing him back to Catford now. His ends. That's it. What can I say? What's he doing? He's injured again. What?
It's not his fault. He's been out of the cold.
Okay, and it's not my fault. I can't watch the team go down the pan.
I do want to give clarity to Divock Origi has not apparently played since Nottingham Forest days. So since his spell at Nottingham Forest was the last time he was really putting in any minutes on the pitch. So
I don't think he started a game. That's crazy.
It would not
mad.
be.
He's coming as a
sub.
good.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he started a game? Because if you look at Ekitike didn't play at PSG, but that's because he had all the big mans in front of him, like Mbappe and
the big mans, are they? The big mans.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. The big players.
The big mans.
Be quiet, you.
The big mans.
Just leave me alone.
Hey, you come into this show. Hey, I was fair. Yeah, I did. Hey, listen, you found it.
Be quiet, you. Look, can you revoke his co-host? I'm joking.
See, Tove, you see what you got into yourself. But I can only apologize on their behalf. I'm so sorry. So sorry about this.
I'm thinking.
Sorry, Lee. Apologize about it early.
Don't listen to him. He's a fraud. But anyway, I'm just listen. What can we do with Gomez? I really like him, but there comes a point where you think, right, what what use is this player? How can I utilize him? He's been around for so like what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him, to be honest. I really don't know. Yeah. If you want to argue with me about him, then I'm gonna argue about him. But I feel bad for him. So
Yeah, you have to feel bad for him because he's definitely a player that is, I think, underappreciated somewhat by this coach, to be honest with you. So hey, we're talking about Joe Gomez, at least. That's what we're talking about still. Not sure if we're talking about Origi or we're talking about Gomez, but
no, I was talking about
yeah.
Gomez there because
Okay.
Nilante wanted to come off mute, you see, and disagree with me. That was why.
One of the great stories about
Then you speak as the guest. Be
One of
honest.
the great stories about Origi is that Klopp wanted him when Klopp was still at Dortmund, and he said, like, "Yeah, I'm pleased he's here." I did want him. He said, "We'll have some fun together." They were just we'll have some fun together, and it turned out that way, mate. There was a league title, Champions League, and he's really good. Like, his skill set was like, you know, a bit less than Mane's, whatever, but he was a good stand-in for Mane, and sometimes he would play up front, and he was always dangerous, and especially to Everton. And when he got Marco Silva the sack, I enjoyed that one. That was
the 5-1 beatdown. Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, that was a glorious night.
Yeah, they couldn't handle him that night.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we're at, people. We're arguing over whether Gomez should go or whether we should bring back Origi.
I think that's all. I think that's all filling. I think that's all just it's slow news day. So look, Origi's flipping available. Forget it.
But that's but real quick. Let me ask you this, Dan. Let me ask you this.
Go on.
This is for you and for the whole entire panel too. But we will all agree that there is a need for us to bring in some type of relief or stopgap I know that we're not a stopgap team, but still we need someone to bring into the team to help solidify our front line striker. And the issue is most players aren't, knowing that Isak is eventually going to get healthy and come back to the team. Most players aren't going to say, okay, I want to leave. Most top-notch players aren't going to say, I want to leave and go to Liverpool and now be contending with not only Ekitike, but Isak as well for a spot at that center forward position. So you're going to have to find someone probably that is available, that is able to possibly understand his role is temporary, and that once those players do return, he will be phased out. Now, that's why Origi's been mentioned now. There's even, I know, I'm surprised I haven't heard more about this name too, but there's even been mention of a certain, some, my friends call him Bright Eyes, but like the man with the smile, and that is Bobby Firmino.
I would love to. I as good as cried when he left. Don't do that to me. Do not do that to me. If you're telling me about Bobby Firmino coming, don't do that to me. Don't.
Okay, all right. So
I probably would, but that's what? Huh?
No, Toph. No, I was just asking. No, Toph was going to say something.
Oh, okay, but he was interrupting me again.
Yeah. I've got him, he's an Evertonian, and he's a dead nice lad in every sense of the word, and he's not a bit of blue, but like his little girl, I think she was like 11 then, it was like about 4 years ago, and we were on the bus, bumped into him, and mentioned Liverpool,
nice.
And she mentioned Firmino, and he went, he's a lazy boy, Firmino, you know, like, I was like, well, his teeth and that, I was like, lazy boy, behave. Said the state of some of your players, about gargoyles and dosses, how dare you?
I loved Firmino. He always played like he loved the club. When he left, everyone literally around Anfield in that game was in tears. I think it was an Arsenal game of that game or whatever game. And
Villa.
Oh, was it Villa? I can't remember. I was at the game. It was just
Villa.
Listen, he would I have him back? I don't know. This is why are we doing this? Can we have these players back? Why are we doing this? There's other players out there in the world, people.
There are other players, but these are players.
I would go and steal Camavinga from Real Madrid to say you pay back for taking number 12. Take that. Give me Camavinga right now. Thank you. Very nice for me. Schlotterbeck as a DM or wherever he is plays. That's thank you. I'll have that, and then the rest will work itself out. That's
Okay.
my opinion.
All right. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that, Alexander Isak's going to be out for months, so we do have to figure out something. That's the bottom line. Is we do have to figure out something.
Someone just said the lone sheep's just said Endrick.
Yeah. Yes.
I would not have that flipping toe rag.
No, his deal's agreed. Yeah. Leon has all been sold. He's signed and sealed. That's all been done.
No, thank you. He's not a nice.
Yeah.
He's not a nice player. I don't want to play like that, Martin. No, thank you. Anyway, carry on. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. No.
She does that a lot of.
No,
so do you. Always when I'm speaking.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you wonder why.
All right. Well,
Sorry,
what I can say is this. I think that one, this could be the sliding door opportunity possibly then for Chiesa to finally get his chance. Will this coach allow for it to be so? That's the big question. That's the question I think all of us have, because we'll still need to find another player, most likely, even if Chiesa does step up and be that for us. And that's the scary thing about it, is we're probably going to have to bring in a player like some type of player like this, unless we go out big. And I've heard that, again, I mentioned this earlier in the show, Barcola is an absolute brilliant player. But do I see us being able to bring in a Barcola from PSG in the January window? I do not think so. I don't believe so.
Why not?
Because I believe that the price tag that would be associated with Barcola would be outrageously large. PSG does not have to sell him, and the player isn't demanding to leave the team or something like that. So it would mean that we'd have to obviously put a offer on the table that is not only a large offer for PSG, but also a large offer for the player to even decide to come to the team as well.
So if Slot's trying to, he's obsessed with PSG since the game, and I know it's their midfield, obviously, Barca as a forward or whatever. But that'll tick half a box for Slot, and so go on then, Edwards Hughes, whoever needs it.
Well, that's the thing about it. That is the thing about it too, is that apparently this is what's being, at least I saw reported on Twitter, at least, and that was, and it might have been by no, it was by Indy. It was by the Indy Kalea guy. He apparently said that what is holding up the deal for Semenyo, for instance, is the approval of Arne Slot.
I don't believe that. There's stuff I can't say on here, but
I know.
There's stuff I can't say. But what I will tell you is that it's interesting. Just if you watch all the Liverpool mouthpieces or the journalists, whenever there is news that looks like it might point towards Edwards or whatever, suddenly there's more news to cover his back. So basically, this whole Semenyo thing's been knocking around for a while. And then suddenly it's been talk about Man City and other clubs, but not Liverpool. Liverpool stepping away, and then I saw the news about Hughes is waiting for a Slot to say so. Now that may be partly true, but they're also missing out the fact. Yeah, I can't really. I'm not going to say other players were expected to leave. I'll just say other players were expected to leave in January. And it's not worked out that way, so it's kind of changed their plans, and that one of those players said people at the club above him were trying to get rid of him or something like that. I can't remember the actual quote. So there's your timeline there.
No, and I get that. I'll give the exact post post by Indy. It was Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes is ready to bring Semenyo to LFC, but the delay stems from Arne Slot as they await his approval. One option is to override Slot, but they prefer to avoid that route.
Nah, that one ain't gonna happen. If that guys, he'll walk. They
But that's
override
not
him.
going to
There's
happen
no
because
point.
that's not the case though. I've heard that they were going to get him for left wing, and he apparently is stopping it. That's not the case. Semenyo's more of a right winger, although he can play across the front. I'm telling you now, it was for the right wing, and I think the slight change of the news and the messiness of whatever, I think that's what's changed it. So you can't bring it. And Semenyo wanted to be a starter, and on either wing, how are you going to have a starter?
Well, he's not gonna.
You
Well,
can't.
he could. No, I mean, you can. I mean, he could get over Cody, but I doubt. I don't see Slot dropping him for Cody.
He ain't even dropping him, and I love Cody. It's
You know what,
stubborn.
though?
He ain't playing Rio.
If City snap him up, he's done really well to play himself into this move, hasn't he? He was
Yeah,
good last season, and the thing with last season is they lost Evan Nielsen for a while, who was their
I
big
like Evan
signing,
Nielsen.
he was their major
Yeah, me
signing.
too.
Yeah.
Lost him for months, and like him and the others really stepped up. But this season, he stepped it up again. But I was never keen on him as a salary replacement, perhaps Gakpo. But I was saying though, how much better than Gakpo is he? How much different do you think he'd be on that side? Like, not always cutting inside. Maybe he would go to the line a bit more. But
Yeah, he would. He would.
yeah, I'm more into the idea of Elise because he's left-footed. Because I don't see.
I like Elise.
He ain't coming.
With like left-footed on the right-footed on the left. So yeah, it will be. I will be replacing him with a left footer, and the best one I can think of, who also has Premier League experience, is Alicia.
Someone said Lookman in the chat.
No,
Yeah.
not for me. No,
Too much.
no. Although he's doing well at Atlanta, he stepped up. I mean, obviously he got the hat trick in that final against Leverkusen, but no, not for me.
I
Not for
don't.
me
Do you
the
think
way
he's a standard? I know we're a bit up and down at the moment, but do you think he'd be able to cope playing with us? Like as a do you think he
Don't
could?
think so. My dad had a
Yeah,
column when Everton sold him because my dad supports Everton, and he's still a fan. He was like, "We should get him back" when he scored it in the final. But and not for Liverpool. I don't think. Lookman at least say all day long and all night, but no. As it was looking for us, would say.
Who do you think is? Okay, go ahead. No,
oh, sorry, 12. No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, you see with Semenyo, the potential signing reminds me a bit, and again, I'm not saying he is that player. He could potentially be of Mo and Mane when we linked with them. We're about to sign them because both of them, they were good, but there's a lot of doubts with them. There's a lot of question marks around him because Mane, I remember Southampton, he was very inconsistent. When he was good, he was good. When he's bad, he was bad. And obviously Mo, obviously didn't work out. He, obviously done well in Italy, and again there was a risk in it because he's still a little bit erratic at times. There's question marks, and obviously they both became legends, quality, and went to another level to world-class players. So I think there's a potential Semenyo is going to be like he could potentially go one way up that direction, or just be like, and I'm going in, and that's
What about a player that was hot for a little bit? Because I understand what you guys are saying about the Semenyo talk and everything, but would you be bullish on the Juventus player Yildiz? I think it's pronounced it right.
I don't know enough about him.
He's good. He's good. He's good. He's highly rated. Yeah. He's 20, 21. Left foot. He's a number 10 though. He's not going to get in ahead of Wirtz.
Do you think Everton will let us steal a player? Lemon and try. Hey!
I mean,
mate, I'd take him all day. Thank you. He's a good player, but obviously not.
I know, and you take egg sandwich as well, but hey.
Who? What?
I said, and you take an egg sandwich as well, but hey.
I don't know, all right, actually, to be honest. No, talking about actually, do you know? Actually, talking about someone else. There's this whole news coming out, and let me make it clear. I don't want him. I don't rate him. He's Memphis Depay. This whole have you
Oh,
not
I
seen
know.
That's a
I
it?
saw
lie.
you.
That's cap,
I saw
man.
you
That's
going on
cap.
about that.
Don't believe that. That's cap.
Yeah.
That's just trying to put 2 and 2 together, coming up with 5. That's
Yeah,
all
well,
cap.
let them stay with that. I don't want him. He's gone to
He ain't got.
Corinthians for a reason. No, thank you. No,
Yeah, that's
thank
just
you.
lies.
I
Don't worry
I
about
want
think
that.
him.
I think that sometimes that's a little bit lazy journalism because they'll just
Exactly
connect
12.
any Dutch player.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, Arnie.
they'll connect Dutch players to the Dutch manager. Big up JK, by the way. Big
Hi,
up
bro.
Big up,
Easy.
JK.
Easy
Welcome
now,
to the
Dave.
madhouse. Easy.
Sam as
to the
well.
madhouse. Yes, and today's a bit of
I thought
Hello,
Cowboy was on the
JK.
show.
today's a bit of a spicy one, but it's a good spicy. It's good. It's good. It's sweet.
Are you
It's sweet and
trying
spicy.
to blame me? Hello,
No,
JK.
not no.
Hi there.
Lamonte's here.
No,
So
just say it. Don't be scared. Don't worry. I'll do it for you. Yeah, he is.
God.
We're just giving a little talk about what's going on with all this, Semenyo talk about. We talked about Divock Origi. We talked about maybe even Bobby returning to the team. Figuring out what we need to do to find out some way to solidify our front line. And the sad thing about it is, I was focused on our back line being the emphasis of where we go in the January window, not the front line. But now with Isak being injured, we're looking at trying to get replacements for the front line, the back line, maybe even getting a DM in or some type of midfielder as well. That's been the reports that we're going to get 3 players. Some say it's going to be a quiet window in January. Some are saying that it will be a busy window for Liverpool. Is there a player out there that you think can be a alternative to Semenyo if these talks are serious that he's going to be choosing Manchester City?
I think he is going to City. I think Ornstein or someone said it. Or I don't know.
Hey, that's what I heard a little while back today, that he's going to go there. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I reckon he's a good little player, don't get me wrong, but there must be some other names out there who can play wing football. Like, for me, wingers ain't like wingers like the old days. Get the ball, run down the line and cross it for the striker. They're more individuals you want to get on the score sheet all the time instead of assisting. I'm sick of them type of wingers. I like Gakpo, I love Salah, but I think the way we're sort of transformed into a team now with Ekatike and Isak, we need wingers now. The old school ones, not this new. Not like Semenyo is great. Don't get me wrong, but
what old school winger out there is there? Then
Look,
who's an old school winger that you could see?
all inverted, aren't they? That if you're like, for me, if you're right-footed, you play right wing. If you're left-footed, you play left wing. You know what I mean?
Try Gakpo on the right then, because he's playing on his weaker foot. Sorry.
Yeah, could be. You could do that. He has played there once or twice actually for us already.
Oh, has he? I wouldn't know. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, but you can give that lad Rio a chance. Like, for me, this is the
100%.
perfect game to give him a few good minutes there. Perfect opposition. They've got 2 points all season. So I've said yesterday that, the day before, that us lot should get our boots ready. Even we might get a game against them.
Would it be out of the question? Would it be out of the question to hope that Slot would give Harvey Elliott maybe a shot?
Oh, no, thank you. Don't want him back. Oh, sorry. Don't want him back.
Okay.
Don't like him. I don't like him. See ya.
Okay. All right.
Didn't work at Villa. What a shame.
Look, for me,
Anyway.
Harvey Elliott, if we had him already this season, he would have done something.
He would have been on the bench. Sorry. He would
on
not
the
have been
bench,
used
but
by
look at our
Slot.
bench. Our bench ain't. It looks great sometimes, our bench, but we've got a lot of youngsters on our bench.
What's that
We've had
good?
3
Harvey
goalkeepers
Elliott
on our bench.
wanted game time. When he was sent on loan, he was kind of probably assured or promised some game time. He has had no game time. He's come. It's a fail. It's an absolute fail. He's unhappy there. I don't want him back. He was a project mainly for Klopp, and he's a good little player. He's just not right for us. We've already got a few of them. Chiesa being one of them. I don't need another one. Thank you. In my opinion.
Yeah, but the thing is, in football, Sam, you need players. Like, for me, he's at that age where even if he had this season with us, he's not gonna make no difference in the bigger picture of his next club and stuff. He thought Villa was the club. He got it wrong. And I feel really... I was thinking about this the other day about how that lad there, he scored 3 goals in Champions League games after each other. He got us the winner in Paris. And he's always popping up and doing something. Okay? He cost us nothing. His wages are low. He's a Liverpool
Is this
player
Elliot?
right now.
Are you talking about Elliot?
I'm talking about Elliot. Like, for me, you know what we're missing? We're missing fight and a bit of love for the club.
But they tried to peddle him when he was playing for is it England under 21s or whatever, and he was scoring goals. They were trying to do all this media attention and look, he's scoring. It's not a division. I'm not saying it was the right vision because clearly the plan B is not even. He's not got a plan B, and Harvey Elliott was not part of it. I'm not bringing him back because we're depleted. I just not. No, thank you.
Okay, well then, are you saying that you are looking at trying to make Slot's vision work, or are you trying to say that you want the right players or would you be open for having the right players in place for?
I don't think it's completed. I think Slot's vision of whatever he thought he was going to do hasn't worked. He hasn't got a plan B. He doesn't, as a manager, and I have said, I was one of the first people to say this, as a manager, he's never lost games. And some people genuinely just don't know how to tactically change stuff or even how to forward plan it. But at the same time, he's also had a lot of pressure on him with these big value players, Isak and Ekatike and Wirtz, that he's tried to all throw them in together at the same time and have them land. And it's a mess. It really is a mess. I wanted Heitinger to come back when he got fired from Ajax. I was like, yes, please.
I did too.
Oh, get rid of like Gio Van. What your name? See ya. You're not working out for us. And there was interest in him to go somewhere like Singapore or somewhere. I don't know where. And then it's nothing. There's no Heitinger. I believe there was better structure. Plus, we had a team that was familiar with each other. And now we're just a shell of it. We need the structure back.
Militant defender, hence why he's totally different to the guy who's there now. Like, I can't even imagine him talking Van Bronckhorst. Like, I've never heard him talk really ever.
He's just not right. His style of play is just very different.
Pep Linders, that's why he's no.
Pep Linders can do one as well.
Linders can do one, bro.
I can't stand Pep Linders. Snake. Sorry.
Worst of the worst.
Yeah, that weird face of his, isn't it? Like that, like hammy face of his, like it was like rosy.
He wanted to be he wanted to be the manager. Except before he came to Liverpool, I believe he failed. After he went to Liverpool, went to wherever was it, Saudi or somewhere? He failed there. Oh, but that's all right. City, yeah, that's all right. Oh yeah, you can be.
Do you think that maybe he went to City? This is just me playing devil's advocate. Do you think maybe he went to City because Liverpool passed him over in giving him the opportunity to be Liverpool manager?
I'm so glad
I reckon in a weird way as well that he was hoping that his name might get mentioned.
Yeah,
because, bro, he wanted that job.
He wanted that job. He would have done cartwheels to get that job.
But he did when Klopp last year. He did kind of stand when he kind of stepped back a bit because of him having his stuff going on. He stepped up. This Pep Linders kind of did step up and essentially was running a lot of the show anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's probably why he thought, if anything, hey, for the last couple of years, I've been really or not a couple of years, but last
where's his CV that says he's going to be good at it? No, thank you. Get out.
No, he doesn't have a CV that says it at all. It says the opposite. But I'm just
his egos don't work here. We don't have egos at Liverpool. Get out. That's
all the secrets of our formation.
Apart from me, and I'm joking.
You know that he's sitting down with Pep. You know he's sitting down with Pep Guardiola and saying, "All right, Liverpool, they did this." You know, them comments.
Of course,
you know he's got sheets of it.
Slide, JK. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Slide. Remember, he wrote the book out. Come on. Yeah.
Who, Linders? Yeah. Do you think he did it to expose us? Because if any manager worth the salt, if a manager's playing a certain way and it's the same way, then they're going to be exposed because it'll be familiar. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think writing a book. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's just. I don't like him.
If there's anything, go ahead, Monte.
No. Go 12. You go. You flow.
Real quick,
Go.
I was
No.
going to say that if
Yeah,
anything,
you go.
any good mastermind, general, whatever you want to call it, if you want to figure out who was your biggest adversary, which was us, and you want to find out their secrets as to how and why and how they ever beat you or contended with you for the way they did, bring in that person, bring in that guy. Now all of a sudden you've got your way of thinking, and now you've got how they figured out how to break down what you were doing your way and how to fix it.
Simple as.
So,
and he's got all eyes on me, Pep Linders. Like, as soon as I seen his face the first time, I was like, who is this guy in our club?
oh man. Never put Pep Linders and Tupac in the same.
I wanted them
sentence.
two to fight with each other. I swear to God. I was hoping Pep Linders would annoy the other Pep and they would have some fight at the side there. But sadly, that wasn't to be.
I was hoping that Pep Linders was going to play a double agent, and all of a sudden, the same
I'll
way.
give it time. Let it, what's it called, percolate like a pot of tea. Let the brew percolate a bit, like, and see what it turns out in Pep's last 18 months, if he stays the last 18 months. Could potentially was like one of the standing bosses if he left in the summer. Now, they'd probably replace him like in that case, but there is potential for him to get the sack. If someone new comes in, like, nah, don't need you, mate. Bye.
Pep Linders, if Pep Linders thinks that he's the heir apparent to when Pep leaves City.
Imagine. I bet his ego. I bet
he's thinking that, bro.
I bet he does think that. Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
I bet you he does. I bet he's thinking, I'm just hanging around. Yoo-hoo, I'm here. I'm here to take over. The fraud that is. What? No.
He's that type of guy, man. He's that type of guy.
Yeah.
Mad.
Wow.
Hi in the chat anyway, Badge and Pops, Red Armchair.
Big up, Pops.
Norman.
Big up, Pops. Trudon, Pops in the chat. Big up to all of you. Jeez, that would be horrible, by the way.
But the thing is, bro, all of us going to be wanting him to win the league. We don't want Arsenal to win it.
I'll tell you the truth. Right there, this year, if Liverpool don't win it, obviously there's a.
You having a laugh? Sorry.
That's proper Dalboy, that one.
You gotta go down with the ship. But I mean,
you've been on the sherries or something. I don't know what you.
I'm keeping the dream alive. Listen, I'm keeping the dream alive, but not of retaining the title of finishing.
I'm not deluded though. I'm a realist. I want us to.
My aim.
I booked my apartment for that last game. I'll be partying nevertheless. I don't care.
Yeah.
So there's that's it. But
I'm saying it like this. I am definitely. I could care less if City wins because I just don't like City. Obviously, City is not like champions. But I'm saying this. I would put my.
They're not going to win.
Put my interest or my support in seeing Villa win the league. I'd rather see Villa win.
Did you just say who? Villa? What? Who?
Yeah. I just
Villa.
Because I don't know any Arsenal fans, and
if you don't understand,
you haven't won it that many times that it'll piss me off as a statistic.
No,
it's just
that's the thing. I just can't stand Arsenal so much.
Gotta give them plaudits for if they get it up to 14. But
you don't get it. If Emery won the title, that would send Arsenal fans into their heads would explode.
It'd be funny, mate, if they missed out by a point in the way we did. Especially if there was a handball situation like what Rodri done on us at Goodison Park and we didn't get it and lost the title by a point. Imagine that shit if they lost out by 1 point and there was some shitbag thing that Man City got.
I just think that for all those that talk about how Emery couldn't do it at Arsenal and how it would drive them absolutely crazy if.
Oh yeah, they have a meltdown. Can you imagine that? Good evening.
Meltdown.
Good evening. We are Premier League champions.
The internet would not be.
I'll be happy for that.
Not be a safe place to enter. It would be mad toxic.
100% off. I mean, there's if we're not going to win it, please, I'll be a Villa fan.
Exactly. If we're not going to win it, then I'd rather see Villa win it.
That'd be justice. Imagine that. Good evening. I've won the Premier League. You haven't. You haven't. So you're specialist
Our
in failure.
Villa, you're so deluded. Especially you. How's Villa going to win it and
What? Are
sustain
you
it?
such a killjoy? What's wrong with you?
All
You
right
just
then.
he's
All
a
right, let Villa
killjoy.
win it. My gosh.
You see, 12. This is what I have to part up with. You see?
Oh man,
Killjoy.
He's
Killjoy.
picking on me. Get rid of him.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a
I
report.
know,
Where's
I
the report
know.
button?
There's a report button?
Yeah, we'll get rid of you. 12. You know what to do.
Oh
Hop her off.
no! Oh my
Wow.
goodness! I'm telling you though, Villa is they're right there right now. Villa's only what 3 points off.
Yeah, but so hold on. So I've forgotten what I was going to say. Who was it? Hold on. Sorry, Sunderland. That's it. My brain went. So
Nah,
was
they're both
Sunderland at
fine.
one point. I was like, excuse me, what are they doing at the top
No.
half of the table? And look,
No.
you know, it's sustaining it. I never say anything until after Christmas. Halfway
No,
through
they ain't
January, you
doing
got a good idea about where people are going.
That's
In my
true.
opinion.
No, I agree with that too. It's way too. It's definitely way too early to pick. I mean, look, for all those that talk about the way that Klopp ended his era, that's one thing. But during those last 2 years, I think we were top. We were top of the league at Christmas. His last 2 years, I believe, or something like that. So, I mean, just because you're a top of the league,
We
at
were
Christmas
10 points
doesn't mean-
ahead than what we are.
Yeah.
Well, what we were now. That's depressing, man.
Yeah. From this year to last year.
Last year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So something, whatever points we were on, we were about 10 points. We were 10 points ahead. But I think, you know what I think the difference is? Last year, I think it wasn't so, I think it's a lot closer this year. Last year wasn't so closely run. I think that the difference between, say, second and fourth points is it's too fragile at the moment to say who's going to. I like I said, it's difficult. Do I think we're going to get top anything? I have no clue.
I think they look like champions from the angle that they just like the set pieces and everything's coming off for them. You can smell blood here, Arteta, and he's going for it. City, I can see them maybe losing more points than Arsenal in the remainder of the season. City look good. They've been very encouraging. If that's what you want, them to beat Arsenal to the title. I'm not bothered either way, really. If it isn't us, but, neither one will bug me that much. Probably City more, to be honest, because
I'd rather City win because it'd be like, oh well, yeah, so what? They've won again. Arteta, oh my life, you wouldn't hear the end of it.
Wouldn't hear the end of it.
Especially on Twitter. Oh my goodness me, no thank you.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
Cheated the FFP at least. Like City have, and City have had what five of the last 7. The greedy bastards.
Indeed, they don't like the Manx, blue or red.
So we got Wolves on the 27th, is it? Something like that.
Yep.
27th?
That's our last
Yes,
game.
Saturday.
Our last game before the end of the year.
That's our last end of year game, and then we've got Leeds, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get 6 points out of the 2, then boy, forget about it, mate. Forget about
We'll be
it.
in good shape if we get the 6 from the 2, especially if Villa drop a few more points, something, get a bit closer to them. And then it feels a bit more like normal then, and the questions asked about you by the media might be a bit less harsh if we've gotten like a decent run unbeaten. Even if they're not all wins, just to stay unbeaten for a while. Sick of being effing beaten. We've been beaten to a pulp already this season, and I protest. And our goal difference is shocking. That's another embarrassment, is the goal difference. +3 at this stage of the season is piss poor.
Did you see, bring up something real quick to see how you guys feel about it. Let's see if I can get the exact quote that he said. But did you see what Simon Jordan said about Alexander Isak?
No,
I heard about
go
this,
for
but I
it.
didn't hear the full quote. I read something about
Let
it.
me
It's
see if I can
despicable.
find let me see if I can find the exact quote. But basically, he just basically says, "What goes around comes around." Basically.
Rude.
What?
Dickhead.
Is that what he
Wow.
said?
Yeah, there was a Newcastle fan on the comment section today. I couldn't help having a reply on it, like said karma instead of for what? For
Yeah.
what? ostensibly, Johan Visser did exactly the same thing, refused to play in pre-season for Brentford, but because he's not as high profile and the transfer fee wasn't as big, all the focus is on Isak. But Visser did the same bloody thing, mate. Refused to play for him. Once he knew of Newcastle's interest, he was like, I'm off, mate.
You know why Isak refused to play? Was because they promised him higher wages, and then whoever took over at Newcastle then
New
said,
contract.
actually, we're not going to give you those higher wages. So so Isak was like, I'm not happy with this, and that was part of the reason why he protested. And also, if you remember correctly, he had a quite a bad injury which should have been operated on towards. So he missed a lot of his games, Newcastle's important games at the last end of the season there. So listen, Simon, what your name, Jordan? Get out of here.
Yeah, it says, I don't want anyone breaking their legs, but I also look at the dynamics of how people behave and think sometimes what goes around comes around.
He's basically saying,
Premeditated.
God forbid, I'm sorry, that's a disgusting statement, but he's basically saying he's injured himself, and I won't, obviously, and it's really bad, but essentially that he deserves it because of how he left Newcastle. He's a nasty piece of work. He is absolutely disgusting for that. No, because I don't wish it. Even on my worst, on Everton, well, apart from flipping Jordan Pickford, I don't like him. But in any players, I don't wish any injuries on, because you just don't do. He's a nasty piece of work. That Simon Jordan. Is he on Talk Sport or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never heard what he said this first room.
I don't listen to that.
Of him today from years ago, and he had like long hair with a centre part, and he looked that different. I don't know why it popped up. I seen it on something or other, but like, very different. But he's like that, I mean, he likes to get clickbait and that, doesn't he? By ramping things up and that, yeah, he's a bit of like a dickhead sometimes.
I don't listen to TalkSport because to me it's a lot of big mouths who are saying way too much and they're very little to back it up. They just annoy me.
Yeah,
I can't bear all that. I can't stand it all. So I don't listen to any of it ever. I just see the odd comment. Occasionally I get caught out until someone says that was said on TalkSport, and then I leave the conversation. Can't bear it. It's literally clickbait, but in whatever form they're doing it in. I don't do it.
There's an unpalatable amount of what can only be called platitudinous codswallop on TalkSport. You can only listen to that for so long.
I saw that comment and I was like, there was more. He said more of it too. He explained it and the likes, but for him to say that, that kind of comment. But
who is he though? Who is he? Like, who is he? Why would you even say that? Apart from the fact you want to generate a big conversation because you're saying something really edgy. Get out of here, Simon Jordan, with your fraud. Flipping that's nasty.
It's like, what was the so it's very similar to like what was the guy, the striker that was talking trash on, I think he's talking trash on Salah, I think. Troydini, yeah.
Oh, he's another one. Big mouth. Get out of here. See what I mean? There's a common denominator. They're all big mouths that just want to be heard, so they'll just say anything, like so that they can get some airtime, some recognition. It's just embarrassing. Be quiet and go away. No, but it's true. It's just it's all negativity, and we see enough of it in listen.
Yeah, I was looking for this stat that I saw earlier too. Do you realize that we over Arsenal, we can at least say over Arsenal that we have a better last 5 games. I think it's our win record's better than theirs or something like that. We have a better inform.
Hopefully
they have lost.
I don't even know what we've got anymore. I just need to.
We're actually there's only 2 teams that have a better, in the past, I think 5 or 6 games. There's only 2 teams in the Premier League that have a better form than currently Liverpool. And that is Manchester City and Villa. They're all on straight win streaks. But
they have to lose sometime, just like Palace with their big head with their bio. Do you remember? Exactly. Listen, they can be broken just like our bad run can be broken. I just, do you know what I need to see moving forward? Just to sort of get this back onto us, I need to see a difference from Slot. I need to see him not being stubborn in areas that impact the team negatively. With not playing Chiesa when we could do with playing him. Play Rio, like you said, would share the left wing with Gakpo. Don't have the whole team playing and based on Gakpo because he isn't that sort of player. He just isn't, and it's not fair on him. And I think that's why it's led it open to a lot of criticism because that's essentially what you're doing. And it just I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see him realizing that he can't work like that. You know.
What would your feelings be, JK, if Arne Slot does not start Chiesa? What would be the first thing if you saw the lineup come out and Arne and Chiesa's not in that starting lineup? What would you say? Oh, maybe not, maybe so. JK, no, JK's on mute, so I'll give that question I'll give it to you, Lee. Go ahead.
With Chiesa, like I said before, I think Arnie's more likely to stick with the four midfielders than start Chiesa, which would mean McAllister, Jones, Wirtz, and Gravenberch. And I think he's more likely to do that and push Jones out to the left, with Wirtz drifting in between and that, and Hugo up front, with Frimpong on the right, if Bradley's fit. Without Bradley's fitness, if Frimpong will have to play right back because there's no one else. In that case,
it's funny, you know, the highest XG per 90 in the league currently in the Premier League right now. Obviously, Erling Haaland is at 1.01. Do you know who's in second place? Highest XG per 90 in the Premier League currently this season. Yeah, it's a trick question, obviously, because it would happen to be Federico Chiesa is the second highest on that list at 0.9.
Surprising.
Federico Chiesa has the highest XG in the Premier League this season. Second highest.
This is why he should be getting more minutes.
Yeah.
Make it so, Arnie. Come on, do yourself a favour. Be a liquor.
He doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't like him because he's likely, this is my thinking, he's likely asked for players or something that's not materialised. So he's digging in his heels on not playing Chiesa because there is no valid reason in my head that I can compute as to why he's not playing him.
I'd go back and say, do you think this coach can sometimes be a little bit, you know how like some coaches hate to be proven wrong, so rather than play a player,
if he balls out, he's gonna say, of course, because he's so stubborn. And actually it was proved right when Gomez got injured. He said, see, that's why I was limiting his minutes. Shut up, you fraud.
Right.
You know, come on now.
Yeah, I was wondering.
So you're right, yeah, he's dug in his. I do believe he's dug in his heels. I believe that maybe they were going to bring in like I said, an understudy to Salah. It hasn't materialised, and maybe that's kind of, other stuff maybe has happened. Maybe he's asked for a DM or something. It's not materialised, and he's thinking, well, you're telling me to manage these players, and I didn't want them. That may be part of the reason.
I don't believe that nonsense.
I reflect back.
You believe in fairy tales. You believe in fairy tales.
On Nolante, though, I will say this, though. I reflect back to a certain interview that Slot gave. And in the interview, when he was talking about the game, he didn't even mention Chiesa's goal line clearance.
I remember that. Sunderland,
and the reporter had to basically, probe him into talking about it. And even when he did, he kind of made a quick comment and then kept it moving, He
didn't even want to give him a compliment.
Yeah. This guy just saved your career with Liverpool.
Exactly.
If I was Chiesa, I would have just watched that ball fling past me and go, oh well,
That's
just like, ciao.
I couldn't be bothered either.
Let's pack my bags.
Some people said that. Some people said that he should have dummied it and let it go in the goal or something.
Yeah, agree,
Like,
fake pundit. Agree, fake pundit. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I made the comment earlier that that it is something that it's something that you see this coach do time and time again, and that is choose players despite them not maybe being in the peak of form. He still will choose players under.
Gakpo doesn't need to play 90 minutes. I love him and all, but he does not need to play 90 minutes because if you're playing a player, well, unless you're Virgil van Dijk, and even he's gone down a bit down the pan. But if you're playing a player that much, they're going to suffer in what they're putting out. Look at Grav, beginning of the season, before last season, you start off and you're like elite, and then it just kind of towards the end, people saying he looked washed. I'm not surprised. He had the third highest minutes played. Same with Cody. He does what he does. All right. He cuts in the side and shoots. Whatever, he does all the boring stuff, but he's clinical enough, and he does. I don't know what people are expecting. The problem is Slot expecting him to that whole team playing for him. It works for the Netherlands. No, not for Liverpool. You need something else, in my
By
opinion.
the way, it is now 1-1 in that Villa game, or not Villa
Our
game,
guy.
in the Palace
guy.
game.
Oh, I forgot to put it on.
He just scored. Yeah, we're gonna
penalties. It's gonna go to penalties.
Is it? I need to watch this. Especially. Yeah.
We're about to end. We're about to end the show. So we're gonna.
Okay.
So
this was fun. I enjoyed
glad.
this. I've never done this before. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you.
Yeah, listen, I was about to say I enjoyed it, but apart from when Lelante came on, and then I was like, oh, for God's sake, it was my arch enemy.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's gonna hook up the whole show. Be careful, Tom.
Who asked you to comment? Keep your comments to yourself. Have you never been taught if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? So shush. Carry on.
I could only apologize for
like I said,
please.
Definitely sweet and spicy. That's how I like my dishes. Sweet and spicy, all good.
This is me.
Do you have your own?
This is me.
Do you have your own? I know you have your own channel or not channel. You have your own Twitter that you do your own spaces that you do. Is it just you and your your collective of friends, or is it actually something
on Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter.
What is it? What did you ask me? Is it who? What
is it like your own channel, or is it like something?
I've had that account I've had for many years, and so it's evolved through my areas of life. So it's gone from being I never used Twitter to music to football, really, and that was only because I got bored of Instagram and I wanted to speak to other Liverpool people in real life, more in an interactive way. So that's pretty much me.
Well, let me say this. I appreciate you accepting my invitation. I appreciate you joining us today. Well, definitely
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I'll certainly send you out invites again and see if you're always welcome. Once you're a panel member, you're always welcome to join. So if you'd like to say something, you can say something to the chat if you like.
Do I? How do I? What to type
it? You can say say.
Oh my gosh! What I will do. I'm gonna. I'll say something vocally. Well, I hope I did all right. It's my first time, so ignore the interrupting from the latte. He's just trying to cause me trouble. I appreciate. I hope I did okay.
No,
I hope I did okay.
It's great to have another voice on, like female voice on.
There's not a lot of. I will say, football is a male-dominated sport, so it is hard holding your own and people not putting you in a niche. I'm just very different, and I'll speak my mind. Nelante knows that. That's why he don't like it.
Okay.
I'm joking. I hope I've done okay. I appreciate.
Oh no, you've done brilliant.
I appreciate you giving me the time and stuff.
No, you've done brilliant, and it's been a pleasure to have you join the conversation. I really do appreciate that you did too. By the way, thank you. All right, let me bring in JK. JK, do you want to say peace out? Maybe not. JK's still on mute. I'll go to Lee then. Lee, would you like to say anything to the chat?
With this bite of peanut butter sandwich, only half.
Oh yeah, if you got a peanut butter sandwich and you
I love peanut. That's made me. I love peanut butter. Sorry, stop it now.
Wow, yeah. I'm a huge peanut butter fan myself. Peanut butter and chocolate. That's my thing. My Reese.
Oh really?
Reese's Man.
Or grape? Don't you guys have grape like jelly?
Oh yeah, sure. We're making the sandwiches. Yeah, peanut butter and grape. Yeah, I wouldn't put peanut butter and chocolate on the sandwich. That would be weird. Kind of two pieces of bread. That'd be really weird. But to each his own, I guess. Lee, with your peanut butter sandwich, do you want to say peace out to the chat?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Wolves game. Hopefully, we get a result. Well, thanks to everyone who turned up. Thanks for your opinions and contributions. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Everyone was definitely loving your debut on the channel, by the way. Some brilliant comments in there.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Nolante, last but not least, since JK is on mute, do you want to say anything to the
No, he doesn't.
See, she can't help it with me. She can't help herself. I tell you, she can't help it. And listen, in the comments, stop sucking up to Sian. Stop sucking up to her, mate. She ain't coming in here again. Make sure she's banned. Yeah,
blah,
banned.
blah, 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 blah.
Don't suck up to this woman. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, please. It's been horrible. But anyway,
why is the soundboard on this? I need to do the boos and whatever things.
Yeah, no, you don't get no soundboard. Hey, you need to your stripes, love, yeah?
Oh my goodness. Go ahead though.
I'll speak for JK. Obviously he's silent, doing some deals in the background in Germany and Berlin. So Einstein spielt und freit und freit und wird's gut freit und gut garden. Knock.
Okay. I don't even know if half those words were German, but go ahead. All right.
What was that? That's goodbye. That's a longer goodbye in Germany. See, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. I'll let you know.
You're such a fibber.
Excuse me.
I don't know what that was. It sounded angry.
Listen, German. Okay. Anyway.
Well, you sounded angry. Klopp never
sounded
angry.
Listen, I didn't interrupt you. You. See, shut it. Let me talk. Snip it. Can you just mute her, please, Top? Just mute her. So I can say
Go ahead. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, different. It popped up on my timeline, and I get out the way, and I was like, "Oh my god, who's this?" I don't recognize that voice. Oh god, it's Shall I come out? I was thinking, no. As a low members of my co-host, I have to. It's too late for me to walk 12. Yeah, I knew it. I heard that voice. I was like, it's too late to walk 12. But anyway,
rude, That's because you missed me. You missed me annoying you. I love it.
Whatever.
Carry on.
Anyway, I don't suck up to this woman, but I'll leave her for last. But big up, obviously, Lee, the Scouse, the most of the host, Liverpool man with the frying pan. Catch him if you wear Liverpool Lee. The most of the host, the German Schmergen, JK, obviously busy making some German deals in the background, international reporting, And yourself, 12, the man in Arizona, flying the flag, catching the can. He still wants Robinson back as our left back. Oh, the AR, but stranger things have happened. You never know, man. Holding it down, share, and subscribe. And see, that's it. No, we're joking. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. No. On a serious note, no.
I'm gonna go in my corner and cry. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, good. No. On a serious note. Yeah, you go to your corner. That's fine. Anyway, but no, on a serious note, no, it's good to foresee. I mean, I'll discuss it quickly off air, but good for she's found 12th man. Good for the show, and not because she's a female. Obviously, she goes to games a lot. You know what I mean, and she got good knowledge. So yeah, it's good. And she it's a good face.
I've enjoyed it with all of you, even you. I'll have to admit. Look, I say I'll end up with a positive. No, I don't. No choice. Anyway,
Sorry,
thanks, 12 man. I'm gonna go. Is the penalty started? When is they starting? Because I need to go see this.
In a minute.
in a minute, though. Yes, understood. We are going to be live tomorrow, Norm, to answer your question. Geez, lots been definitely chopped up today on today's show. Been some fiery back and forth, but definitely good ones though. I mean, that's the point of why we have this channel, so that we could have an honest conversation. Not all of us think the same way about all these topics, but yet this is a forum where we can certainly hash out our ideas and our beliefs, and we can kind of come to at least an understood compromise in the middle. So
like news from Armchair there, Roma don't want Simicast, no one wants our loans, mate. Harvey's not wanted. Now Costas isn't wanted.
Look, some players look. Some players find out the hard way, but otherwise, some players will find out that there is a unique fit for some players in certain systems, and the Liverpool system creates world-class talents, but maybe sometimes world-class talents that fit with Liverpool and not necessarily fit with other systems in the world. And sometimes some players find it out the hard way. But again, Simicast is another player that would be interesting to see if he about his return. Look, keeping Salah is right. I think protecting squad depth is necessary. Obviously, replacing quality without panic is the challenge. This isn't a collapse, but it is a warning to all that we have to figure out some type of step forward. If it's with this coach, fantastic. If it's not with another coach, either way, we always walk together, and that's the primary concern, is that we stay united and stay solidified. How about that? Because I know some people don't like when you use the word united. So I will say this: coming weeks will define not just the season, but the framework under Slot moving forward. So standards matter, honesty matters, and Liverpool must choose wisely. And I think that we will be here for that conversation. So big up to the chat. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, up the Reds, my friends. Up the Reds.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.